Genoa City explodes as Kane and Lily's public reunion fuels speculation, while Victor Newman launches a ruthless attack on Jack Abbott. With Sharon and Sienna in danger, Audra unleashing fury, and shocking betrayals ahead, the next 3 weeks promise high-stakes drama and life-changing consequences for everyone involved. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Kane and Lily spark buzz as Victor sets his sights on Jack. The Young and the Restless, Monday, December 15, 2025. Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless delivered plenty of tension, unexpected pairings, and a corporate bombshell that left Genoa City reeling. While Abbott Communications prepared to celebrate a glossy new beginning, old relationships resurfaced, loyalties were tested, and Victor Newman quietly unleashed a calculated strike against his longtime rival. The day began with Kane Ashby drawing a firm line in the sand. At Crimson Lights, he shut down a moment that could have reignited old habits with Phyllis Summers. Kane made it clear that whatever history they shared was now firmly in the past, and that they were standing on opposite sides moving forward. His exit left Phyllis rattled, especially when she immediately crossed paths with her son, Daniel. Daniel quickly sensed something was off. Phyllis brushed aside his concerns, claiming she was focused on promoting peace rather than conflict, a statement that earned her a skeptical laugh. Despite her insistence that she could handle herself, Daniel decided to attend the Abbott Communications launch anyway, partly to keep an eye on his mother. With an invitation that included a guest, he planned to bring Tessa, much to Phyllis's surprise. Meanwhile, anticipation was building at the Jazz Lounge as Sally Spectra obsessively fine-tuned the final details of the big night. Billy Abbott reassured her that everything was falling into place and that Abbott Communications was about to make a powerful statement. That confidence wavered slightly when Sally noticed Phyllis on the guest list. Billy admitted it was intentional, he wanted their success front and center for all to see. Still, he reaffirmed his commitment to Sally, assuring her their partnership was solid enough to withstand outside pressure. Elsewhere, Lily Winter's decision to attend the launch with Kane Ashby raised eyebrows long before they even arrived. Meeting at the athletic club, Kane tried to charm Lily with playful banter, while Lily reminded him the evening required a specific vintage look. Their interaction was light, but the reactions around them were anything but. Devin, Abby, and Nate were clearly unsettled by the sight of Kane back in Lily's orbit. Lily insisted this was not a romantic reunion, but concern lingered. Even Victoria, rushing in late, couldn't ignore the awkward energy. By the time Kane returned in updated attire, it was clear that their joint appearance would not go unnoticed. At the Newman Ranch, a very different kind of tension was unfolding. Michael Baldwin updated Victor Newman on Jack Abbott's drastic move to shield Chabot by pulling its assets out of reach. While Michael viewed the maneuver as defensive, Victor saw opportunity. He made it clear that his goal wasn't Chabot itself, it was Jack. Summoning Adam for urgent business, Victor prepared to turn Jack's strategy into a weapon. As guests began arriving at the launch, Adam crossed paths with the Abbotts, his focused demeanor hinting that something significant was already in motion. Inside, flashes popped as attendees congratulated Billy and Sally. The mood shifted instantly when Lily arrived on Kane's arm. Billy was furious, reminding Kane of past disruptions and asking him to leave. Sally, however, chose confidence over confrontation, insisting there was nothing to fear. Devin watched closely, voicing concern to Abby, who believed Lily was strong enough to handle herself. In her view, maintaining peace with an ex didn't necessarily mean reopening old wounds. Kane and Lily tried to brush off the stares, sharing a quiet laugh at the bar. Kane hinted that he was still the man Lily once loved, though she remained guarded. When Phyllis arrived with Daniel and Tessa, the tension thickened. Polite greetings barely masked lingering hostility, and Lily couldn't help but notice that Kane and Phyllis truly seemed finished. Back at the ranch, Adam learned the full scope of Victor's plan. Though Michael and Adam argued that Jack's actions were already damaging enough, Victor was relentless. He ordered Newman Media to amplify the chaos, framing Jack as the author of his own downfall. As the first posts went live, Victor raised a glass in grim satisfaction. The impact was immediate. As Billy introduced Sally at the launch, optimism filled the room. Sally spoke passionately about innovation, integrity, and a fresh vision for the future of media. Applause echoed, until phones across the room began buzzing. One by one, smiles faded as guests absorbed the shocking headlines. Jack's reaction said it all. Around the room, whispers spread. Kane noted that Jabot's crisis appeared self-inflicted. Chelsea reassured Victoria that she had no involvement, while Victoria instantly suspected her father. The Winters family recognized this moment as a defining test for Abbott communications. Phyllis rushed to Jack's side, desperate for answers. Jack struggled to contain his anger as the reality set in. The celebration had become a battlefield, and Victor Newman had struck at the worst possible moment. As the night ended, one thing was clear: Genoa City's power players were heading into open war, and no one would emerge untouched. Today's next update. Danger, betrayal, and explosive secrets rock Genoa City over the next 3 weeks. The Young and the Restless spoilers, December 15th to January 2nd. The next 3 weeks in Genoa City promise escalating danger, emotional fallout, and ruthless power plays as the Young and the Restless heads into the holidays and beyond. From looming threats against Sharon Newman and Sienna Bacall to Devin Winters facing terrifying warning signs, the drama is set to intensify. Meanwhile, Audra Charles's patience runs out, and her fury could leave lasting damage. The chaos begins during the week of December 15th to 19th, when Victor Newman delivers a devastating blow to Jack Abbott. Using the reach of Newman Media, Victor highlights the instability surrounding Jabot, framing the company as if it's spiraling out of control. The timing couldn't be worse, as the media storm collides directly with the highly anticipated Abbott Communications launch. As headlines spread, the festive event quickly turns tense, and Jack is left scrambling to contain the fallout. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson soon find themselves facing Jack's anger. While Adam remains firmly aligned with Victor, Chelsea insists she had no idea what was coming. In fact, she's increasingly troubled by Adam's blind loyalty to his father, and the strain in their relationship becomes impossible to ignore. Jack, however, keeps his focus where it belongs, on Victor. Determined not to let the attack stand, he quietly begins plotting his retaliation. Nikki Newman isn't pleased either. Furious over Victor's latest stunt, she pushes back hard, and Jack doesn't miss the opportunity to widen the cracks in the Newmans' marriage. Billy Abbott, feeling the pressure from all sides, turns to a surprising ally. He seeks help from Phyllis Summers, and the two reach a tentative agreement. Still, given their complicated history, trust remains a major question mark. Whether either of them will honor the deal remains to be seen. Elsewhere, Diane Jenkins Abbott looks to Michael Baldwin for legal guidance as trouble mounts. At the same time, Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman continue quietly working together against Audra Charles. Their alliance, however, is living on borrowed time. Once Audra realizes she's being targeted, she won't hesitate to strike back, and her retaliation could be fierce and far-reaching. Audra has never been one to play defense, and those standing in her way may soon regret it. Kyle and Claire would be wise to stay alert, because Audra's wrath is not easily contained. As corporate wars rage, a much darker threat begins to emerge. Sharon Newman and Sienna Bacall are unknowingly walking into danger as Matt Clark, also known as Mitch Bacall, sets his next plan in motion. His presence casts a shadow over Genoa City, and Detective Annie Stewart steps in to help manage the growing crisis. The Newman family and Sienna soon find themselves dealing with increasingly unsettling situations. Noah Newman does everything he can to protect Sienna, but the danger may be closer than he realizes. Nick Newman, meanwhile, becomes a central figure in the growing battle against Matt. If Sharon is harmed in any way, Nick will not hold back. Kyle also reaches out to Summer Newman during this turbulent time. The reason remains unclear, whether it's connected to the Jabot crisis, Marchetti, or the looming threat involving Matt. With Harrison Abbott potentially at risk, tensions rise even higher, especially since Victor's loved ones may also be in danger. During the week of December 22nd to 26th, Christmas brings a temporary truce for Victor and Nikki. Despite their ongoing conflict with Jack, the couple finds common ground long enough to share the holiday together. Still, peace is short-lived elsewhere, as Matt continues advancing his disturbing agenda. As the calendar turns toward the new year, the week of December 29th to January 2nd carries an ominous tone. What should be a celebratory countdown may instead be filled with fear and uncertainty if Matt remains at large. Devin Winters faces his own crisis when someone close to him encounters a dangerous ordeal. Speculation swirls over whether Lily Winters could be caught in the crossfire, or if an even more shocking scenario unfolds involving young Dominic. There's also the possibility that Devin's troubles are tied to a separate storyline involving Daniel Romalotti Jr. and Tessa Porter. No matter the source, the strain will take a toll on Devin and Abby Winters' marriage as secrets surface and pressure mounts. With shocking updates, shifting alliances, and lives hanging in the balance, Genoa City is headed for a volatile end to the year. The coming weeks will test loyalties, expose vulnerabilities, and leave lasting consequences that stretch far into the new year. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.